The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. And we welcome you inside the gymnasium at Cornell High School. It's Charger basketball as Chargers are in section action against the Rochester Rams here on a cold, snowy Friday night. Good evening, everybody. I'm OLSH alongside Don Militzer. We're here to bring you exciting section action as the Chargers and the Rams get ready to go at it. And the Chargers come in with a record of 8-3 overall. They're 3-1 in section, and the Rams struggling as of late. They are 4-8 overall, 1-4 in section. The Rams come off. They're coming in here with a 2-game losing streak. On.
Yeah, it's a big game for the Rams for their playoff hope, and for the Chargers. You know, we talk about quite often. These are games that you have to have if you want to be one of the top teams in the WPIAL and you want to win your conference. You need to take care of business in these games. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, looking at Rochester, though, they're not a slouch. They're not a team that has gotten blown out. I mean, they've given up a lot of points, but they've had some games where they've been able to really score. So, you know, this is always a good game with OLSH and Rochester. These are old rivalries in not just basketball, but every sport. They've
baseball,
played quite
football,
a bit. Yes,
right? Quite
a bit of challenges here. So a lot of these kids know each other, and they've played each other in a lot of different sports, even growing up. So always a fun game when you play the Rams.
Well, we talked about the Rams coming in on a 2-game losing streak. Chargers, the exact opposite. They come in 2-game win streak, beating Hopewell down at Burgettstown in the Chucky Mahoney Classic last weekend. And then just the other night on the 7th, it was overtime. It took the Chargers extra time, but they did beat Shenango 57-52 in one that went down to the wire, obviously. It was an exciting game. You saw it right here on the OLSH Sports Network, but the Chargers come in on a high note. Absolutely.
And a gritty win up at Shenango. You know, they had a kid that was hot and kept them in the game. And, you know, but again, taking care of business is what it's all about in these section games. And getting a win on the road is always important. So nice little groove for the Chargers, who missed a game that we thought would be last Friday. We thought we'd be here at Cornell and get on the winning track, but unfortunately got canceled because of the weather. But right now we're in good shape, so we're happy to be here tonight. Yeah, great segue on that game that was canceled last Friday. It's been rescheduled. And just a programming note for everybody. Next Monday, the 20th, it's rescheduled for here at 5:30 here at Cornell. And then the girls are going to follow that up with a game of their own. So it's a doubleheader, both for the boys and the girls basketball teams and the OSN Sports Network. We are going to bring you both of those games. So mark that down on your calendar on Monday the 20th, 5:30 for the boys, and the girls will follow afterwards. So a little President's Day fun. And speaking of fun, the legend himself I see walking into the building right now. Any Charger fan listening, if you're from this area, you know Mr. John Tucci. So I see Tucci walking in the building. So we'll be in for a treat tonight with the national anthem.
So another legend is in the house tonight. Matt Fargo walked in. He's here taking in the game tonight as well. But we were talking about broadcasts. These boys will be back in action again tomorrow afternoon, I should say, up at La Roche University in the PBC Hall of Fame Classic. They'll be taking on another arch rival from the past, Seton LaSalle. A non-section game, obviously, as Seton LaSalle is 3A, but that should be a very good one too. And Don and I will be bringing you that one as well.
Yeah, definitely another team we see quite a bit of. I actually had the chance to speak to their coach tonight. Kenny Kleiss. So we'll talk a little bit about that in pregame tomorrow. Al, I'll be with you there. But he gave me kind of a little synopsis about how their season's going. So believe me, a win against the Chargers would kind of energize them for sure. So, but we got to take care of a fun weekend, but we got to take care of business tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And as you said, both these teams, Rochester and OLSH, familiar with each other. They didn't play each other last year, but they know each other. Like you said, a lot of these kids, they play through the summer with a lot of these guys with each other, and then just from past games, play them so much in so many different sports that they know each other. It should be good. They talked to Coach Rod before the game today, and of course, Coach Rod will tell you that these guys are tough. He could be playing St. James Cougars, and he would tell you that it's going to be a tough game. But no, Rochester, they're not going to leave anything on the court, Don. They're going to put it all on the line.
No, I remember my first year at OLSH, and when we went down to the Pete and lost to Deer Lakes in the finals. Rochester came in with like a ho-hum record, and up until like the beginning of the fourth quarter, it was a battle. And then, right. I remember Rocco hit some shots that night, and we kind of pulled away. But, I expect this game to be close tonight, and it's just kind of the nature of the beast. The one thing I'll look for, not a lot of length this year for Rochester. They usually have some length, but a couple of their length guys aren't very thick. So this could be a night where you see Patty and Van have a field day inside. And, Tiernan, with the extra weight he's put on this year, he's another one that I could see having a big game down in the paint tonight. So we'll see if we can kind of establish some things down in the paint. Yeah,
that's a good point. Just a peek at the starting lineup. Just one of the Twin Towers is starting tonight, as it usually has been. But good point that you might see both of them in there together in high post, low post with the big guys, and that should be fun to watch as well.
Yeah, for sure, and we've seen that a bit in the past. So interesting, Coach Rod always has something up his sleeve, but you're absolutely right. He'll tell you all the ways he'll tell you all the good things about every opponent. You'll never hear him say a bad thing. So, but that's good. It keeps the Chargers on their toes and keeps them working. And oftentimes he is right. Like Shenango is probably not a game that people thought would be as close as it was, but any night when you got a guy that's shooting hot, they can keep you in a game. Yeah,
that was. It's never easy to play up there. Any one of these teams in our section, it's not. And it goes both ways. It's not easy. Well, I don't know about playing here at Cornell, but it's not easy to play at OLSH. It's not easy to play at Rochester, at Shenango, at Neshannock. I mean, those places are tough to play, and you just got to battle through it if you want to do well in section.
Well, and it's a culture. I mean, I know with football, playing those teams, one of the things no matter how good or bad the team is, it's going to be physical. And, and I think that all these schools have tough, hard-nosed kids in this conference, and they're going to battle you. And so it's always, you never know on any given night here with the way teams play.
Well, you know what? We'll step aside. We'll, because we don't want to miss John Tucci. We'll get him doing the national anthem. We'll step aside and come back with the opening ceremonies and the opening tip here on the OLSH Sports Network. Don't you dare go away here on OLSH Sports Network. It's the Chargers and the Rams. Next.
Coaches taught me that being competitive and having fun is what makes a great team.
My favorite piece of advice from my coach is train like an animal all day long.
He corrects you every time you say you can't do something because he knows you can do it.
My coach is the reason I believe in myself and my abilities.
I love that my coaches believe in the team. They recognize our individuality and encourage our improvement.
I couldn't ask for a better coach.
I believe you said that.
My name is Mr. Howard. I teach environmental science and anatomy and sometimes chemistry. And as my first year here at OLSH, I'm most excited to get to know all the new students and the community.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Rothenberger. I teach period 1 and 2 freshman biology. I'm super excited about my first year of teaching and I can't wait to get to know all of you.
Hi, this is Ms. Manuel. I'm going to be teaching Intro to Theater Arts this year, and I'm so excited to be back here for the school year, but mainly excited to be in the classroom.
I'm Mr. Ortechko. I'm teaching Introduction to Video Production, and I can't wait to see what my students make this year.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Valacorsa. I teach music here at OLSH, and I am most excited this year to make music with my new choir.
Hi, I'm Dr. London. I teach Theology 3 and Latin. I'm excited to be back, especially among the students in the classroom full-time this year.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Mezzio. I am the latest addition to the main office here. I am the main office administrative assistant. Your positivity and warmth since I came to the school actually makes me feel right at home. So I'm looking forward to working with you all, and I'm happy to be here.
OLSH Chargers, Rochester Rams on the docket. It's next. After the boys, OLSH boys JV team beat the Rochester Rams in a tight one, 41-40. And it was a well-played game up and down the court, and the Chargers came out with a victory. Let's hope the same thing holds true here with the varsity. As I said, the Chargers are currently in third place in the section with a 3-1 record, and Rochester is seventh place with a 1-4 record. They're tied with Laurel, actually in sixth place, tied with Laurel with a 1-4 record. So Chargers need to come away with a victory, Dawn, to keep pace with the Union Scotties and the Neshannock Lancers.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this is all about. We talked about that a few weeks ago when we played Union here. All these games matter at this point because we know that Union and Neshannock, unless something crazy happens, they're not going to lose a lot of games.
Right.
And, so every game's important, and that's what it's all about right now. Neshannock is playing at a really high level right now. So I'd really like to get to that matchup where we just have that single loss to them. That would be a pretty fun game when it comes down to it.
Well, let's look at the starting lineups before John Tucci does his thing. First, for the visiting Rochester Rams, head coach is Sean Keaton. He'll send this lineup out for the Rams. Starting at a a forward position is a 6'4" senior, number 1, Karel Lapik. At a guard position is a 5'9" sophomore, number 3, Max Lyons. Another forward position is a 6'4" senior, is number 4, Javen Hemer. A 6'3" forward, a junior, number 12, Bobby George. And last but certainly not least is a 6'2" guard, number 13, he's a senior, Nathan Bills. Again, for the Keaton-led Rochester Rams, it's Lapik, Lyons, Hemer, George, and Bills. For the Mike Rodriguez-led Chargers, he'll send out some usual suspects here. Starting at a forward position is 6'5" senior forward, number 0, Van Cables. A 5'11" junior guard is number 1, Austin Avsek. A 6' senior guard is number 11, Luca Grassafi. At 6'3", he's playing in a forward position. Number 22 is junior, Jake Johnson. And Tiernan McCullough, a 6'3" sophomore guard, wears number 23. He is the 5th starter for the Chargers. So the Chargers will send out Cavels, Avsek, Grassafi, Johnson, and McCullough. And as advertised, we got to do this John Tucci thing. We'll stay with John after we get the beginning announcements going here. While we're doing that, don't forget, if you want more information on the OLSH Chargers for rosters, stories, and more, visit www.olshathletics.org. We'll send out a special thanks to our website sponsor, the Covenant Financial Advisor. And here is John Tucci. As only John Tucci can do it.
The best in the biz.
Oh, yeah. If you've not seen him live, he's worth the price of the ticket.
He just gave us the wave.
Yep.
My young son here next to me, my 10-year-old, he knew as soon as he walked in, he started tapping me. The amount of baseball games, and I don't know how he has the energy to do it, to be honest. He's everywhere.
Yep. Proud alum of Robert Morris. There you see the Rochester Rams being introduced, and now your OLSH Chargers, Coach Rod, getting his last-minute words in with his starters. Well, there's coaching down to the last, right? All right, the preliminaries are done. We're ready to go, Don. Of course, Rochester in their navy blue and white. Chargers in their home whites with the purple and gold trim. Chargers will be going from left to right on your screen. For the first half, anyway. 8 minutes on the clock. We're ready to roll.
Definitely can see the size advantage already for the Chargers. So we'll see if that plays a factor into this game.
It'll be Hemer and Cables. Hemer just lets Cables go at it, and it's a Charger ball. Comes Grisafi. Johnson, turnaround jump shot. It's an air ball brought down by Lyons. He's going to bring it up the court. Rochester now at the ball. 3 on the way. Hard off the iron. That was from Lapik, rather. Here's McCullough, has the ball knocked away. He gets it back. Chargers quickly moving. Baseline drive by Johnson. He'll go up, knocked out of his hands, and it'll be Bobby George handing it off the lines. Who'll bring it up the court. Works against Avsek. Chargers in a man defense, taken away. Missed, put back by McCullough, and it's 2-0 Chargers.
Great hustle play by Tiernan there to follow that. Here comes that patented pressure from the Chargers.
It's Bills. We'll slow it down. Nathan Bills. Inside, laid it up and in. Nice play there. Javen Hemer with the bucket, ties it up. Now sack to Grisafi. They'll work it around. McCullough gets it to Cables. Back to Avsek. Grisafi inside to Cables. Fakes, goes off the glass and in.
Even against a double team there, Al, just too much. Van's too strong inside.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference, I think, between our big guys, between Van and Patty. And right on cue.
Van sends it into the front row. Well, and I think it's a confidence thing, and we're seeing it more and more from Patty this year.
Yeah, he's getting better. Yeah, no doubt.
Like you said, I'd love to see some lineups where we see both of them in there at times, but it would take away from a little bit of the pressure defense aspect of it.
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
They take it away. Yeah. Grisafi lines up a 3. Gets his own rebound from the free throw line. That one won't go.
Not a lot of shot making here in the early going. No one's hit anything from beyond the paint. Another
block by Cables. Here comes McCullough. Little floater on the baseline, no good. Johnson fighting for it, but it's going to be Hamer, rather. Lions will come up into the backcourt to get it. 5.5 to go here in the first. Typical Chargers start here, Don. Slow from the field.
Well, and that's what we saw a few weeks ago against Union, and then all of a sudden the second quarter we got hot, and But I think the Chargers, we got to get into that defense turning into offense. That's what has been kind of their staple this year. So pressure defense turned them over.
Without a doubt. Bills goes to the bucket, draws the foul. He'll be shooting a couple. I think McCullough's going to pick it up. It is his first, team's first. Yeah, we're getting the fouls and the player up here on the scoreboard.
I just noticed that as I was making notes on my sheet here, Al, so we could keep track.
Yeah,
it looks like we got it today.
Yeah, he's keeping track. He said he finally figured it out. It's a different kind of.
They're all a little different.
Yeah.
I had that assignment over the weekend a couple weekends ago. It's not fun.
No, 1 for 2 from the line goes Bill.
Some pressure from Rochester here. A little 1-2-2.
Broken fairly easy. Grasafi brings it up. Flip it over. Avsek open for the 3. Can't get it to go. And it's Nathan Bills with the rebound. He'll bring it up himself. Trailing by 1.
Great job early by Rochester on the boards. They haven't allowed any second opportunities for the Chargers here early.
It's Lions against Avsek. Chargers in a man defense. 3 on the way. Rattles in and out. That one just goes over the head of Cables.
Another block by Van.
Yep, he got a hand on that one. Johnson, headman pass to McCullough. Baseline, lays it up and in.
Transition baskets, that's what we need. Third block of the quarter for Van, gets it ignited.
Lappick up ahead to Hemer. Into the corner it goes. Bills, 3 on the way, no good. Cables with the rebound this time. Grasafi, far side wing, hands it off. Johnson in the corner. Cables takes a bump, no call. Johnson launches a 3 all alone.
Just can't get it to go.
No, I say once Johnson and McCullough and Avsek zeroed in from out there, it can be lights out for a while. It's George. Rochester takes it to the free throw line. They'll work it around to the outside now.
We got Patty down here ready to check in.
Yep.
Be interested to see what Coach Rod does for that, if he's subbing in for Van or somebody else.
Jake Johnson's going to try to go coast to coast. Goes up, draws the foul. It's going to go against Javen Hemer. His first, team's first. So we got Owen Minzer and Patty ready to check in. Jake, good on the first. Jake, arguably one of the better free throw shooters on the team. Cables and Grasafi will have a seat for the Chargers. So it's one big for the other. Can't get the second one to go, and it's going to be off of Patty. Goes up over top, couldn't control it. Rochester ball, Chargers with a 4-point lead. 3:25 to go here in the first. Glad you could join us, OLSH. Don Militzer on the call.
Little cheap one here.
I think they're calling Owen Minzer for the foul there on the floor. It is his first, team's second. Bills will trigger it in. Gets it back to Lions in the backcourt.
Traveling there.
Yep, no jump ball they're going to call. It's going to stay with Rochester.
That's Austin with those hands again. Those hands are so fast. Got to steal earlier in the game.
You know, earlier in the season, I kept saying that the backcourt for the Chargers had quick hands. You know, you can say that about almost the whole team. Now, when Avsek couldn't, not tall enough. You know, Avsek is listed at 5'11". I think if he was 6 foot, he brings that one in.
That's a very generous 5'11". Love Austin, but that's a generous 5'11". I don't know. He's got that nice head of hair that I don't have.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's measuring that too. Yeah. Off the Chargers.
Frankie in early here.
Yeah, Frankie Egrick checks in for Tierna McCullough. A couple sophomores swap places. Lyons kicks it out. Lappick gets it inside.
That was a travel.
Oh, rejection there by Patty. Owen Minzer, reverse underhand layup. Patty with the rebound, puts it back off the glass and in.
Great job by Patty there.
On both ends of the court.
Good hustle to follow the shot. There's Austin again.
He tipped it, but Lyons was there to keep it. Wide open from top of the key. Bounces around. Minzer will come down with it. Egrick calling for it, and it's knocked down by Lappick. Hands it off the Bills, top of the key.
Right thought there by the Chargers, trying to get out and run, but nice play by Lappick there. Still out. I don't think we've seen any points outside of the paint.
No, not for the Chargers. There's a 3 on the way.
For either team.
For either team, yeah.
This is the iron is unkind tonight for these teams here early.
Altmar with another board. Egrick 3 on the way. That one doesn't go. George with the rebound. Here comes Rochester with 1:40 left in the first. Hemer, top of the key, hands it off to Lyons. Corner goes to Lappick rather. In the paint. Turnaround jump shot. Frankie Egrick with the rebound. The sophomore making his presence known. That one's tipped out of bounds by Nathan Bills. It'll stay with the Chargers. 1:20 to go as Avsek will have a seat. Luka Grisafi checks back in.
First sub of the game for the Rams.
Yeah, Jace Garuccio checks in for the Rams.
That's one thing to watch out as this game goes on. We missed a 3 there. Rochester's not very deep, and you can tell by their stats during the season. So we rotate a solid 8 or 9 players. And
exactly.
We'll see if that wears down on Rochester as this game goes on. I mean, they really, when you look at them going into the game, they have 5 or 6 guys that get minutes, and we'll see if that can wear them down.
Yeah,
here. But
third, fourth quarter. Right.
At some point, somebody's got to hit a shot here.
Unforced error there. Turns the ball over with 1:05 left here in the first. Minzer controls, hands it off to Johnson. Jake had the ball tipped. He'll turn and kick it out. It's Egrick inside to Altmar with the turn move, no good. Hemer with the rebound.
Both teams on the glass, though, I'll say there's not any second chance opportunities for either team right now. Offensive foul.
Yeah. Goes against Bobby George. His first, team's second. Here's Minzer to Egrick, 33 seconds left. Johnson on the baseline, tried to reverse layup, and that was Hemer with the rejection for the Rams.
Nice job by Hemer there to stay with Jake.
Lappick comes in for George for the Rams. 30 seconds left exactly here in the first. Gets it up top to Minzer. Owen to Patty to Owen. Grisafi, 19 seconds. Loses the ball momentarily, goes to Frankie. Frankie goes down the lane, tries to get it to Patty. They scrum for it.
Rochester has it packed in right now.
Jump ball, Chargers have possession, so.
Rochester really has that defense packed in right now to take anything interior away.
Well, it's a good strategy right now because the Chargers haven't been able, well, neither have the Rams, but nobody's been able to hit from outside. And there's a giveaway there. With 6 seconds to go, and we get a foul by Frankie Egrick. His first, team's third. 5.6 on the clock. They finally get it in. Oh, smart play there with 3 seconds left. Bangs it off of Minzer. We'll get the inbound again one more time. Into the backcourt it goes. Bills, 1 second to go. Launches it, no good, and that's how the quarter will end. With the score, the Chargers 9, the Rams 3. Hey, you want to save the date? This year's annual OLSH auction will take place on Saturday, April 5th at the Pittsburgh Airport Marriott Hotel. Stay tuned for more information as we get closer to April 5th. But the annual OLSH auction will take place on April 5th. Also, there's no better way to see yourself as an OLSH student than to become an OLSH Charger for a day. All 8th grade students and transfers to grades 10 and 11, you're invited to join us as a shadow for the day and experience firsthand what it's like to be a student here at OLSH. Students will be assigned a Charger Ally, which is your host for the day. You'll attend classes, meet the teachers and students, and eat lunch on us. Register now for your experience at www.olsh.org/visit. Well, that was I don't know, that was kind of like a...
I felt like I was at a 4th grade basketball game.
Yeah, it was like up and down the court, nothing happening.
Yeah, hard play, you know, and I don't mean that as an insult.
Right.
I mean that as when you go to a younger kid game, they play hard, and both teams played hard, boxing out, some good defensive basketball, but just no shot making yet. So hopefully the Chargers can get hot here. But great defensive game. If we were to tell you that Rochester scored 3 points in the first quarter, I think we'd all be pretty happy.
Exactly.
But the other end of the story is we only got 9.
We got 9.
So hopefully we can get something going here.
Little travel on Max Lyons, turns it over. Here come the Chargers. First possession of the second quarter. Nice play there.
Great start.
There's a good cut, good inlet pass as McCullough gets the easy bucket. As he was working hard down the paint.
He has 6 of the 11 for the Chargers.
Kirill Lapik gets it in deep, laid it up, no good. They battle for it, and it's Avsek will come away with it. Austin makes a move. He'll go to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Tipped out by Johnson. Nice play there. Van Cables gets it to roll in.
On that last possession by the Chargers, Van's presence changed that shot. Van and Patty both have been a presence underneath, rejecting shots, so great job there.
Lapik feeds it over to Hemer. Still has the ball, calling for some help, hands it off the lines, takes the screen 3 shot. Rebound there, hits off McCullough and goes to Johnson. McCullough gets it back in the corner. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson will go baseline. It gets rejected by George, and here come the Rams. Bills, little floater from the paint, no good. Brought out by McCullough. Avsek will slow it down a bit. Bring it across the timeline.
Just a weird game so far.
It is. It's like no flow. McCullough launches a 3. That one won't go. Rebound by Lapik. The Lions will bring it down, and timeout called by Coach Keaton. First time out of the game is called by Rochester.
Still no points outside of the paint. Every bucket has been in the paint. You know, Rochester really is packing it in. So we either got to get some shots or we got to run a little too with some backdoor cuts like we did here with Tiernan. Hopefully we can get something like that going. But it's a bizarre game right now.
You know what, and you mentioned that, but I would take that all night long. If they can keep scoring in the paint like that, I'll take it all night. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. If the shots aren't falling for Rochester, we're in a good spot.
Right.
But again, even early in the second quarter, I could start to see a little bit of what we talked about with the depth here. And, you know, you could see the Chargers are a little bit quicker to outlet the ball on a break and some things like that is starting to show already. So we'll see if that continues to be a storyline as we go here, just with the depth. I mean, they only have a few guys on their bench as well. So
yeah, they got six sitting on the bench, but how many of them are going to see the court? You know,
right. Probably a lot of the guys you saw in the JV
game. Right. Quick hands there by the Chargers. Avsek and McCullough. McCullough tried to get it around Lappick. Goes off of him out of bounds. Charger ball. Tommy Moses checks in for Jake Johnson for the Chargers. There's McCullough. Moses. Grisafi lost it for a moment. He gets it back and regains his composure. Back outside to Avsek. McCullough. McCullough thought about it to Moses, working it around the perimeter. Back to Moses. A little give and go there. Looking for some help. Here comes McCullough down the paint with the floater. Another one in the paint there, Don.
That's a great set, though. You don't need to force anything in games like this. Don't force it. Let the offense come to you, and we did a nice job there. Austin again affecting that early pass.
A little give and go there, and that one won't go.
Once again, Cables didn't get the block there, but he has to put it higher up.
Avsek brings it out, slows it down. Moses is going to go to the hoop. He goes up off the glass, can't get it to go. And it's Hemer with the rebound. Under 5, left here in a half. Lappick, back to Lions.
That's kind of the difference right now. We're scoring in the paint because they really don't have anybody that can change a shot in there, and we do.
Right, there's a nice cut there. It's going to be Bills going to the line, draws the foul.
He's been the one for Rochester, I think, is bringing a little juice for them. Was a quarterback on the football team this year. Really tough competitor. Quarterback, linebacker for them, and remembered him from the past few years. Just a tough kid, tough competitor.
The foul goes against Grisafi, his first, team's first here in the second. And the tough kid gets the first one from the free throw line.
He's a senior. I wish him the best of luck, but I'm not disappointed we don't have to play against him next year.
You're not going to see him next year, right? He goes 1 for 2. Nice save there by Grisafi. I was wondering because it was going to be off the Chargers. Little feed across baseline 3, no good. Grisafi just inside the 3-point line, a long 2.
There you go. First points outside the paint for either team.
That was just short of the arc. Lions brings it across the timeline, bangs it off of Grisafi, out of bounds, and they'll inbound with 4:09 left here in a half.
And we could talk about flow and scoring and all that, but at the end of the day, the Chargers are playing great defense and have a 13-point lead.
Right. They're making Rochester work for every inch of this court. Yeah.
Another
block shot, but it goes into the hands of George. He's going to make a nice play. Can't get it to go. To put back, no good. Hemer goes up. He's going to get fouled. Hemer will be at the line. Second foul for the Chargers in the quarter.
3 Chargers getting ready to check in.
It's going to go against McCullough, his second. Rattles the first one down. Altmaier, Minzer, and Johnson all check in for the Chargers. It's going to be McCullough, Grisafi, and Cables will have a seat. Two for 2, Hemer goes. Makes it an 11-point lead for the Chargers. Under 4 to go here in the half. Minzer. Moses. Avsek. Altmaier. Johnson now with his hands on the ball. Good hustle there by Johnson. Gets it to Altmaier across to Avsek. He's got an open lane. He'll slow it down, though. That's going to be over and back, right? Good call.
Good defense by Bills, bringing some energy again, like I mentioned, for Rochester.
Coach Rod pleading his case for tip ball, but officials made the right call there.
You see a lot of the substitutions for Coach Rod, multiple guys at a time. I think he's really trying to see what group will kind of get in an offensive cohesion, some cohesion going on offense. There's Avsek
There's
again.
another takeaway. Avsek lays it up and in. Well, you keeping track of how many points off the turnovers or off the takeaways? Man.
I'm not, but I would guess out of our 19, we got at least 6 baskets off
6
turnovers.
or 8, yeah.
We haven't got a lot in our half-court sets, which I know will bother Coach Rod, but we'll give him something to talk about.
Lions forced into a bad pass. Here come the Chargers up the court. Minzer will slow it down. His Avsek in the corner. Moses from the elbow. Avsek thought about the 3. He'll bring it in closer. Off the glass, won't go. Altmaier tried to tip it, doesn't happen. And here comes Lions and the Rams. 3 on the way. Nothing happening there. Johnson's going to get called for over the top, I believe.
Interesting choice with the transition
3
there when nothing's falling.
Johnson picks up the foul. That's the 3rd on the Chargers for the quarter. His first. Lions will have a seat as Garuccio checks back in for the Rams. Garuccio's been the lone guy to check in for the Rams so far. Moses reaches in, ties him up, jump ball, and the Chargers will have it.
Hey, I know, again, there's some frustration offensively right now for the Chargers. But with that said, I mean, this is a really impressive defensive performance. I don't care what level of basketball you're at. When it's 6 points.
Yep, here we go to Twin Towers, and Moses has a seat as Cables checks back in. So you got Cables and Altmaier in here for the Chargers. We were talking about a pregame, Ron. Here we go.
This might be one of those situations where you just say, let's pound the ball inside and get to work.
Minzer up top. Altmaier comes out to the wing. To Cable, how about that? The 2 big guys up top. Avsek now working against Garuccio. Inside. Altmaier going to make a move in the paint. Little floater in and out. Roll it around. But I like the move by Altmaier.
I like it a lot. You can't double both of them in there.
Right.
See defensively, too, the impact it makes.
Almost taken away by Avsek. It's Hemer.
Offensive
foul. I didn't see who it was on, though.
Garuccio.
Was it Garuccio?
Yeah. Looked like a little push there. He was trying to set the pick and got a little push in there.
Good call. Yeah, I saw the push, but I was looking at the ball and I saw the push out of my corner of my eye. Here's Johnson. 90 seconds to go here in the half. Avsek into Altmaier. Little give and go, Altmaier!
And that's what we've been waiting for.
Slams it home and the bench rises.
The whole everybody here rose on that one.
Oh, and he got fouled too.
Yes, sir. I just tell you, we've been waiting for that for a long time, and we know he's capable of it.
Yeah, the last game he tried it and tried a soft dunk, and it missed. This time he made sure. And can't get the three-point play, but
we're not even worried about that after that one.
The scoreboard has 19, I believe.
No, it's 21.
It's 21, yeah.
Coach Rod just let him know.
The foul was on George, by the way. There's Bills goes up, jump ball. Good job there.
Scoreboard still hasn't changed.
Yeah, scoreboard hadn't changed. I think there it is.
There it is. But again, the space was created there for Patty because they couldn't take a guy off Van.
Right.
Wow, nowhere to go.
Lappick. Bills loses it momentarily. He'll go into the paint, kick it back out. Lappick can't get it to go. Here comes Minzer. Under a minute to go here. Oh, Chad Mitten checked in for the Chargers. He had a great JV game.
Ninth player to play tonight for the Chargers.
Altmaier can't get it to go. Saved.
I like the aggressiveness with Patty, though.
Yeah, he's Minzer picks up the foul. That's the 4th on the Chargers.
Coach Rod's telling him to go strong, just like he did on the dunk. What a moment. I mean, that's going to be one he remembers.
Frankie Egrick will check back in for Minzer with 30 seconds exactly left here.
Yeah, 9 players have played for the Chargers today.
Yep. Lions will bring it up. Loses it momentarily. Minton almost had it. Hands it off. Little spin move. Yeah, I thought so.
I'll tell you
George.
What, when those guys are in there, when those 2 guys are in there, you could see it on every possession they've been in there on defense. People they're scared to go in there. There's nothing in there for them.
Frankie Egrick, Chad Minton in the backcourt for the Chargers right now. It's Chad with the ball. Back over to Frankie. Frankie thought about the 3 and said, Johnson says, I'll take it from the outside. No good. Still nothing from beyond the arc for either team. From 3/4 court. And that's how we'll end the half. With the score, the Chargers 21, the Rams 6. I'll tell you, Don, not many times you're going to hold a team to 6 points and a half.
No.
I mean, and you just got to say that's just defense, defense, defense.
Right, and again, I think, Coach Rod's going to be in there talking about offensive execution, but that defensive effort was as good as you can hope for and as good as you'll see at the high school level. So, definitely stuff to build on, but, I'm sure Coach Rod's going to be talking about some offensive efficiency there going into the second half.
No doubt. Well, let's take a break. We'll take a pause for the cause. We'll be back for our thoughts on the first half and then play some more basketball. But don't you go away. We got more Charger basketball coming up after this.
You could raise money for OLSH while shopping at your favorite stores or restaurants? With Raise Right, that's exactly what you can do. All you have to do is purchase electronic gift cards on the Raise Right app, and that company will donate a percentage of that sale directly to OLSH. And the list of companies that Raise Right works with is seemingly endless, including Amazon, Walmart, Target, Sheetz, and so many more. Now you can rationalize your grande caramel mocha frappuccino with 3.5 pumps of vanilla and oat milk because you're actually raising money for OLSH. If you want to raise right, email Sarah Stuckman to get the special OLSH code. Funds raised to support the OLSH Athletics General Fund. Go Chargers!
When I enter the door, I feel welcome. My child feels welcome. What drew us and kept us was the sincere rooting and faith.
They really care about your kids on an academic level and also as a person.
It's a safe place for our kids to really stretch and grow. There's just so many opportunities.
They have something that will make a child succeed and thrive.
If you want a good college prep school, this is it.
We've had such a positive experience here. We really can't say enough of how blessed we are by OLSH.
(21-6), Chargers in control of this one and a low-scoring affair. But as you said, Dawn, it's been all defense and neither team really hitting anything from unless it was in the path. I think we had, you said, one shot outside the paint.
There's only been one basket made outside of the paint area, and it's a bizarre game. It really is. But again, I keep saying, with that said, I mean the defensive effort that the Chargers put out there was elite early in going, and you could tell Rochester they don't really know where to go. They're not hitting anything from the outside, and the shots have been altered so much in the middle, they're afraid to go in there right now. So, I mean, with the Chargers, you're up 15 points, though, at the end of the day. And sometimes you need to win games like this, but you know, I would assume that we're going to come out in the second half and have a few little wrinkles. But credit to Rochester, too. On the flip side of this, Rochester held, you know, an OLSH team averaging 54 points a game to 21, you know. So it's
right
a little bit under that total that the Chargers have had all year. But we'll see in the second half here. You know, the one thing you can't – you got to make sure that for the Chargers you are getting into some good offensive sets, because at any time – we know how this game goes. At any time, Rochester can hit a couple from outside and get a little heat check going, and you know, that 15 goes to 5 real quick.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. Hey, did you know that you can earn money for OLSH athletics when you purchase gift cards through Raise Right? The Athletics General Fund receives a percentage of each physical and e-gift card bought by our program participants. If you have questions or you want to learn more, email Sarah Stuckeman at sstuckeman@olsh.org. Also, if you're interested in supporting the OLSH Chargers, visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraiser section in the Fan Zone tab for the latest fundraising opportunities. We do want to remind you that we're back on the air tomorrow afternoon. It's a 2:30 matinee. The Chargers will travel up north a little bit to La Roche University. I keep wanting to say college. It's university now. They're playing up there at the Kerr Sports Arena or Sports Center or whatever it is with the technical name.
We got to get on our P's and Q's for that. You know, people get upset. I remember I was at Robert Morris when it changed from college to university.
Yeah.
So people get upset about that. If you don't, the university apparently is.
It's a
big
big deal.
Step up.
Yeah,
big step
it is.
up.
I think colleges don't get state funding and universities do, something like that. But, yeah, it's La Roche University now at their Kerr Sports and Activities Center or something like that. But anywhere, it's where the Red Hawks play.
Coach Hermie Carmichael.
There you go. We'll be taking on the boys. Will be in action, taking on old rivalry Seton LaSalle, who's stayed up in 3A. The Chargers stepped down to 2A, so they're not in the same classifications, but they can still have the rivalry going. We'll be playing them at 2:30. Dawn and I will be there to bring you the action. And then we're back on the air again on Monday as the girls will travel out to Mohawk in a varsity-only game at 6 p.m. out at Mohawk. So if you weren't planning on getting out there, we'll have that one for you right here on the OLSH Sports Network. So that's the next couple games that we have in line for you. While I got your attention, I want you to save the date and join us on Wednesday, February 19th. At 7 p.m. in the OLSH Auditorium as the OLSH Speaker Series welcomes Dr. Shannon D. Williams. This event is free and open to the public, and what you need to do is visit www.olsh.org/speaker series for more information and to secure your spot. You also might want to save the date for the OLSH Spring Open House, which is going to happen on Sunday, March 23rd from 1 to 3 p.m. Explore all that OLSH has to offer. See what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. So mark that date if you wanted to come by and check that out.
All sorts of stuff happening here. It's a great time of year with the open houses and the events going on at OLSH. Great way to get back involved and back into the school there. All sorts of good stuff, and we got a great team there with our advancement team, and they put together some great events out.
Hey, while I'm talking about saving the dates and talking about the advancement team and all that stuff, hey, join Mrs. Jessica Selman and Mrs. Kathy Newbert in the OLSH Auditorium on Wednesday, January 22nd at 6 p.m. for our 2025 Scholarship and Tuition Assistance Informational Night. The event is open to all current or prospective families with students who plan to or are already attending OLSH. For more information, email Jessica Selman at JSELLMAN@olsh.org. this is a great event if you need that kind of information, tuition assistance, that kind of scholarship information. This is where you want to be.
For sure, for sure. I saw some young Chargers to be out there at halftime. I think they hit more outside shots than we saw in the first half. So hopefully somebody will knock something down outside of that key area. But again, looking forward to seeing the adjustments. I mean, that's where Coach Rod is at his best, and where the staff is fantastic for the Chargers. They always come out in the third quarter with a wrinkle and a new kind of motivation. So interested to see what direction Coach Rod goes with this team and in the second half.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time for both him and Don Eckerly. I think their success here at OLSH and other places has been both of their abilities, Coach Rod, to make the adjustments at halftime, and they come out in third quarter and just baffle the other teams for the most part. And that's one of his skills and assets, and there's no doubt about that.
Right, and that goes with experience. You know,
Yep.
I know early on as a head coach in my career, that's something that, you know, you learn, and you got to have a good staff to do that. And I think football-wise, it's something we got very good at this year, was coming out, because it really turns games when you can start strong in that third quarter. So we'll see what Coach Rod. I'm sure he'll have a little bit of a wrinkle here for the Rams here going into the third quarter. I mean, it's important now, especially with a big game tomorrow. And I know this game isn't a section game tomorrow, but the kids are excited about it.
Yeah.
Seton's excited about it. Everybody's excited about this game. So it's one of these ones here where we want to maybe get a little bit of positive momentum flowing here.
Well, you think, too, we talked about it in the first half, the attrition for, these two teams, the Rams with the short bench and the Chargers. And we talked about it ad nauseum throughout the season about the lack of huge drop-off with the bench. Coach Rod and his staff can put pretty much anybody in there, and there's not much of a drop-off. So let's see what happens in the third and fourth quarters here. If the Chargers can stay fresh, and the Rams have to play pretty much the whole game and substitute one or two guys in. Yeah,
one guy. There's only been six guys in the rotation for the Rams, and we've seen 9 for the Chargers. So you could see it late in that second quarter when we went on a little run. It bothered them.
Another unforced error from the Charger defense. Lyons throws it out of bounds. Charger ball just underway here.
That's the double A effect, I call it. Austin, again, he might not get a steal there, but that's him pressuring the ball that forces that turnover.
Tables. Johnson has the 3 from the screen. No good. Another one not going down. Here comes Bills up the court. Works against Avsek. Lapik into the corner. Lyons. Long 2. Not good. Johnson skies high. And he's got McCullough up the court. That one's knocked away. He's on the line. It's going to stay with the Chargers. Nice play there by Bills, but he come down on the line.
Right idea again by the Chargers, try to push it, but again, the Rochester team with the hustle to get down there.
It was just the one little bobble by McCullough as he was coming to the hoop, Don. Here's Johnson off the glass softly and in.
Hey, if it's working, let's just keep scoring in the paint. Let's not overthink it.
Right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I say it all the time for when I was coaching, when we were calling your games that you were coaching. Hemer with a nice little move in the paint.
He's the leading scorer for the Rams. I know they haven't scored a lot. They have 8, but he's got 6 of them.
There you go. Here's Avsek. Under 7 to go here. Just underway in the third. Grisafi loses it a moment. Gets it in. He thought Cables was going to come out for it. Chargers saying it was tipped. And it's going to stay with the Rams.
Officials talked it out.
Yeah. No, you got to lock it like that. They talked it out.
Both saw the same thing.
Yep.
Hard pick.
Yeah, hard pick. Taken away by Johnson. Kicks it over to Avsek. Here come the Chargers with another takeaway. Avsek goes into the paint. Kicks it out to McCullough. Johnson, baseline. Back off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound. Stays with the Chargers.
Normally you see Tieran pull the trigger on that right there. So I think that's something Coach Rob will be talking to these guys about. Shooter's got to shoot, man. You got to keep shooting even when it's not going down.
Yeah, I was surprised he pulled that back out like that. Cable's going to go to the paint. Little floater, can't go. Gets his own rebound, puts it back and in.
He just wanted to pad his rebound stats there, Al. But a nice move on the block initially and good follow through. He's got 6 for the Chargers.
Lions over to Bills, all the way across court. Lappick going to come to the glass, lay it up and in. Nice move there by Kirill Lappick. And the Rams are in double figures. Safi into the paint by the elbow, gives it the Cables, lost it for a moment, and that was just enough to not get it to go. Brought down by Hemer for the Rams. Here comes Lappick. He loses it. Avsek had it, but he was going out of bounds.
Van kind of juggled that a little bit there. I think if he gets that, he almost had the flush. I guarantee you, after Patty had the big flush in the first half, it's on his mind. Van wants one now too, so.
Lion spins away. Finally comes to George. They get it out to Bills. Nathan Bills working against Grisafi. Spin move in the paint. Move there. Cables goes up high and pulls it down. Nice little feed to Grisafi. Brings it up the court. 5:10 to go. McCullough, 3 from the corner. Won't go.
It's all right. Pull the trigger on it. That's a nice hustle there by Luka in the backcourt.
Got the ball, but come down out of bounds.
Happy to see Tiernan shoot that, though. I thought on a couple possessions ago he was a little hesitant to shoot, but you got to keep shooting.
And he went straight up. I like that. He took the pass and went straight up with it. Comes Bills. Knocked away by the Chargers. McCullough knocks it into Avsek's hand. Austin back to McCullough. Lays it up and in. Rochester calls another timeout.
Great transition. Again, points in transition.
That was Coach Rod calling a timeout. My apologies. 30-second timeout.
Great job in the transition there by the Chargers to get it going, get it up, and get the bucket. Look, you have nights like this. I mean, that's the nature of sports. And basketball, you just have nights where the shots don't go.
You got to be able to win ugly.
But you got to be able to figure out how to win games. Good teams figure out a way to win games. And that's what you're seeing tonight. The Chargers are figuring out how to win it. They're playing at an elite level on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep, capitalize on what you're doing good. It'll be the Rochester ball with 4:46 left here in the third. There you see the score, 27-10.
Comfortable lead by the Chargers, especially the way this night's going.
Yeah,
but again, you still want to see if we can get into some flow here.
Nathan, long 3, no good. Rebound brought down by Lappick. Chargers took it away, but couldn't control it. Double teamed in the corner there by Grisafi and McCullough. Four and a half to go here in the third. Bills. Down the paint he goes. Underhand layup, too strong. Grisafi brings it down. Here come the Chargers. Avsek. Johnson. Over to Cables. Avoids the bodies and it lays it up and in. For a big guy, that was a nice soft move.
Another one there, just kind of transition bucket. We really didn't get set up. Didn't set up too much. I wouldn't call that a transition bucket, but it was almost. We really didn't get into an offense there.
Grisafi changing the shot there. Here comes Johnson up the court for the Chargers. Wanting more. McCullough into the paint he goes. He stepped. Yeah.
Well, in all honesty, he bumped into the ref here on the wing. If you would have seen that there, it kind of threw him off. He was looking to set up for a shot, and the ref kind of
got in his way.
Inadvertently bumped into him, so I think it kind of threw Tiernan off on that one.
3:40 to go here in the third.
This has been the Bill show in the third quarter for Rochester. He's kind of just seemed to take over and been the guy shooting.
He missed. Put back by George is good. As far as this game goes, the Rams are lighting it up here in the third. They've doubled up their points. Inside, Cables. Little reverse layup there, lays it in.
It's 10 for Van. Chargers have him and Tiernan each with 10, so 2 players in double figures for the Chargers.
Here comes Patty ready to check in. Yeah, Bill's ball's in his hands 90% of the time.
Oh,
and there's a
the
three.
first
The first 3 goes to the Rams. Makes it a 16-point game. Johnson to Grisafi. Avsek, under 3 to go. Johnson into the paint, floats it, no good, gets his own, kicks it out. McCullough fakes the 3, baseline drive, floats it up and in. Nice move there. Yeah, it's in his hands 90% of the time when they have the ball.
It wasn't like that as much in the first half, but he kind of seemed to take this over a little bit.
Misses that 3, but they get the rebound. Lines in the corner. Into Hemer, trying to make a move on Cables. Bills off the glass and in. I think that was Coach Keaton for the timeout, was it not?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep. And Bill's up to 7 points real quick here, just kind of taking over in this third quarter, taking the shots. And again, I mentioned the first half, the kid's a competitor. I mean, and you could see that here in the second half a little bit. If anything, he's going to play hard, and he's keeping the Rams really still within striking distance. I know it's 16 points, but if a couple more outside shots go, it's not like we're lighting it up on our end. But I will say it's been a much better flow so far in the second half.
Yeah,
for the
no
offense.
doubt.
So it's good to see some flow to the offense.
Looks like the Rams are going to make a substitution. Bobby George is going to have a seat as Jace Garuccio will check in, coming out of the timeout. 2:14 left here in the third. Back on the air tomorrow afternoon. These same boys will be in action against Seton LaSalle, an anticipated game. I saw that one on the schedule and circled it early in the year.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, it always is with Seton LaSalle.
They got Patrick Weldon back.
Yep.
He's a big-time scorer for them. Shoots a lot from the perimeter. And they got a really impressive freshman I'm excited to see tomorrow.
Frankie Egrick in the lineup for the Chargers, along with Patty Altmar. Tommy
four
Moses.
New Chargers.
Yeah, 4 new Chargers. Minzer in there as well. Egrick. Moses back to Egrick. Floats it up over. The big hand from Lappick was there, but Egrick floated it up and in. Under a minute 50 to go. Bills long 3 again, off the iron, no good. He's tracked down his own rebound. Comes in against Altmar to spin move. Kicks it out. Hemer, 3 on the way. Doesn't go. And it's going to go. Lappick had the ball, but he was on the line. Here comes Egrick. Moses at the elbow. To Egrick, laid it up and in.
Frankie, 2 quick buckets.
Yeah. Makes it a 20-point game.
Starting to see a few more subs here for Rochester.
Yep. Isaac Gudotti is getting ready to check in for the Rams. There's Nathan Bills. He's going to sleep well tonight, I'll tell you what. Jump ball, it'll be Charger ball. Nathan Bills is going to sleep well tonight.
Again, the kid plays hard.
Yeah.
So Rochester, looking at their roster too, I think one of the things that sticks out is they only have 2 seniors. So
right.
I'm sure this is, you mentioned that they had a nice JV program and probably had some nice wins. So, excited to see what Coach Keaton does with this group.
Next year, yeah.
Definitely is probably trying to build something here at Rochester.
Yep. Minzer, under a minute to go. 40 seconds, actually. Moses in the far side wing. Gets it into Altmar. Move. Reverse layup by Patty. That's what you like to see from Patty in the paint.
Patty's feeling himself a little bit tonight. He's got the reverse layup, got that huge 2-handed flush.
Lappick reaching in there as Tommy Moses ties him up. It's going to stay with Rochester, though. Jace Garuccio will check in. As I said, Isaac Wadati is already in there. Lappick has a seat. Up and in. I think that was George. Ten seconds. Egrick hands it off to Minzer. Minzer's going to try to go down the lane. Floated. That's knocked away. Altmar's right there. Came right into his hands. And Patty says, thank you very much.
Oh. Good thing heads-up play by the ref there.
He was watching it.
Little offense there in this quarter, though, Al. So good to see both teams kind of get off the schneid there a little bit and get some points on the board.
Yeah, another thing, not a single foul in that quarter.
No, they were kind of let him play all night.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some bumps. And
yeah.
But kind of, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. I talked about as we were coming in here, just the length advantage and just more so the girth, the size advantage. We got some big, strong guys, and that's kind of shown as this game is wearing on. I mean, Tiernan with 12, Van with 10, Patty with 8. They're all our guys that do a lot of the work under the hoop, and they're doing a great job asserting themselves inside and been pretty dominant in there for both offensively and defensively. So, again, this game might be in hand at this point, but, you want to see some execution. And this group has brought some energy. This lineup with Frankie, and
right.
Tiernan, Tommy, Patty. This group has been on the court a couple times together and just really shown a lot of energy and hustle.
So it's Frankie Egrick will trigger it in for the Chargers in the fourth quarter.
Patty again. That puts Patty in double figures as well, third Charger.
There's Bills trying for a long three. Altmar with another rebound, and here comes Frankie Egrick. Here in the fourth, Minzer. Slow it down a bit. Bring it back up on the Cornell C. Into the corner. A little give to Tommy from Frankie Egrick. Tommy Moses.
Stretches the Charger lead out to 26.
Bills taken away by McCullough.
Nice
Hands
pass.
it off to Minzer. I was waiting for that little no-look pass, and Minzer is the benefactor there.
A little frustration there by Bills. He's playing hard. And
Minzer. Getting a nice cut there by Bills. Wanting the foul, but happy with the bucket. McCullough to Moses at the free throw line. Little give and go there. McCullough trying to go up. Instead kicks it back to Minzer. 6.5 to go. Tommy Moses says from the elbow, I'll take that, and it goes out of bounds. Off of the Rams. It'll go off a Hamer. Charger ball.
Other than that, you always see that stat points in the paint. And other than the shot from Luco, we might have 45 points in the paint out of the 47. But, hey, it's getting the job done.
There's one from beyond the arc. That won't go. Moses with the rebound. He's going to go up. That doesn't go. And this time it's Bills. Nathan Bills is going to bring it up himself. One-man wrecking crew to Hamer. Bills. Altmar goes in. He's going to draw the foul.
Kind of noticed, I think, kind of what we talked about, the depth shown here as well. I mean, as Bills kind of dribbles around, no one's moving.
Right.
It's.
That's why I said it's Nathan Bills against the Chargers right now, pretty much. Bills at the line for a couple. Johnson, Grisafi, Avsek check in. McCullough, Minzer, and Egrick will have a seat. 6:02 left here in the fourth. Nathan Bills Trying to go 1 for 2 at the line here. And will.
Full timeout for Rochester.
Yep.
That last one put Bills in the double figures with 10.
That timeout leaves Rochester with 2 remaining.
See here too at some point, you know, interesting to see Coach Rod's strategy down the stretch here with a game tomorrow, or a quick turnaround. 2:30 game tomorrow. At some point you might see some, he has subbed a lot tonight, you might see some more subs, you might go a little deeper in that bench a little earlier than normal because of the quick turnaround tomorrow. We'll see what he does here down the stretch.
A player I don't see on the bench, I just realized I don't see on the bench is Isaiah.
Congratulations to him and Van, by the way, Al.
Did Isaiah go too?
Last week, both Van and Isaiah were announced as all-state football players in the coaches pool. Van got first-team defensive end, and Isaiah was actually the first-team long snapper.
Right.
So nice honor to have 2 Chargers on the all-state team. So congratulations to those guys.
I did see that. I didn't make a note. See, at my age, I don't make a note and I forget all about it.
Yeah, Van was actually honored as all classifications as well. He made the all-state team, 3rd team.
I was going to say 2nd or 3rd, yeah.
But that's all 6 classifications in that one.
Right.
So.
Grisafi, deep 2, nothing going. He gets his own rebound, hands it off to Avsek. Back over to Grisafi in the corner. Kicks it to Altmar. He gets fouled.
Bobby George kind of gave the palms up, what I do on that one.
Well,
but had a nice little hug on Patty.
That's the 3rd on George. 1st on the Rams here in the 4th. It'll be Jake to trigger it in. Oh, I don't know if Patty knew that was coming until he saw the ball bounce and hit the floor. Grisafi lets the flyby go by. Moses with the rebound, finds Avsek. Off the glass, bank is open.
Again, just couldn't get it outside of the paint. Couldn't get a basket outside of the paint, but we'll take it right on the Raiders logo there. Should be 49. Scoreboard's got to add 2 for us.
Yeah. Lappick out to Hemer. Approaching 5 minutes to go. George, Hamer, trying to get it to Bills, being covered there. George finally does get it to Nathan Bills, getting triple teamed in there. He'll throw it up off the glass, and he gets his own rebound. He'll float this one up, won't go. George gets the rebound, and he gets fouled. I think Tommy Moses is going to pick this up.
Coach Rod's still down here coaching, never misses an opportunity. Called that one on the floor, it looks like. I thought that might have been a shooting.
Braden Siggett will check in for the Rams.
First action of the night for him.
Lions will have a seat.
So Coach Keaton going into his bench a little bit here.
George with a bucket from in the paint. Stop me if you've heard that before. Avsek now. Kicks it back out. Moses is there.
It'd be interesting to see, a made shot chart on this game, Al.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking that. Avsek from in the paint, and he'll roll that one in. 51. Scoreboard still has 47. And a takeaway. Moses brings it up the court. He'll lay it up and in. 53.
Timeout Chargers.
Timeout Chargers.
Yeah. 53. got trying to get their scoreboard corrected here at Cornell. It's not working.
Okay.
So an issue with the scoreboard.
Issue with the scoreboard, yeah.
We were wondering when it was 47-22.
Yeah.
And, the Chargers had 3 baskets after that, and it didn't go.
Right.
But the scoreboard not functioning at the moment.
There's a shot by Bills, doesn't go. Here come the Chargers. Chad Minton gets it out to Minzer. Chad has it back to Owen.
I think what happened now is it just wasn't moving much in the first half, and then,
it froze.
Had an outage.
It's cold outside, it froze.
Had an outage in the second half because we had, a lot more scoring.
Up ahead it goes. Hemer brings it down. The floater off the glass doesn't go. Minzer's going to track it down. Approaching 3 minutes to go in this one. At least the clock's still running. Moses down the paint, floats it up and in. What a move by Tommy Minzer. And it's 55-24.
6 points for Tommy off the bench tonight, so nice effort from him.
Yes.
Always like seeing a guy that works hard get some baskets. Patty again with a block.
Another block, yes. Says, get that out of here.
And they do have the running clock going now, so they did catch that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because it's 30 points, correct?
Yeah, 30 points. Inbound, good hustle there by the Chargers, but it's Bills that ends up with it. Can't get that one to go from beyond the arc. Here comes Chad Minton, has it knocked away. Good hands there.
Quick reaction time by the Rochester
coaching staff. Yeah. Frankie Egrick will bring it in. Pull up jump shot, no good. It goes into the hands of Nathan Bills with 2 minutes left on the clock. And that one doesn't go from George. And here comes Owen Minzer. This is, other than Patty Altmar, this is pretty much the JV team. Owen Minzer from the elbow. It goes right to Nathan Bills.
Just nobody can get one to go.
No, from either team. Rochester's had one from beyond the arc go in, and we've had, I think, 1 or 2 long two-point shots. Under 90 seconds to go. It's George, works against Minzer, taken away by Egrick on the inlet pass.
Coach Keaton about to empty the bench for the Rochester for the Rams on the next stop.
Yeah. He just gave the motion to keep it rolling. Don't call timeout. Here's Moses. Chargers with a 31-point lead. The foul on Braden Siggett.
Always nice when you get it, at least even a few seconds in a varsity basketball game is good to see. So wholesale changes for the Rams.
Jet Williams.
Cody Costanza, freshman in there.
Yep. Lions back in there.
Isaac.
Oh, that's
Guidotti.
Guidotti,
Yep.
like Guido Guidotti.
He played a little earlier, but it's another go. Looks like the Chargers are content to dribble this one out.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to end 55-24 here as Rochester not pressing. Although Minzer got to do something with it, otherwise 5 seconds. Down to 3. And this one is in the books. Chargers win this one 55-24 over the Rams. Their record goes to 9-3. They are 4-1 in section. And Dawn, that's exactly what the Chargers needed to do to keep pace with the 2 top teams in this section, Union and Neshannock.
Hey, in the win column, it doesn't show if it was ugly or not. It just shows that it was a win. And in reality, I mean, looking at this, yeah, the shots weren't falling from the outside, but they found a way to get the shots on the inside. And a win's a win, you know, and defensively 22 points in a varsity basketball game. And it's not like they weren't trying to score. You
right.
know, the 22 points is fantastic. So now we move on. And, you know, I think tomorrow is a big game for us as far as just the energy. A game like tomorrow is one, you know, you get a W in that game or you just going and playing well is important to kind of propel you into the next week.
Their next section game was going to come on Tuesday as the Chargers will travel down to Hookstown and take on the Southside Rams. And that'll be their next section game at 7:30 on Tuesday. But we won't be there. If you want to see that one, you're going to have to go down there and catch that one live. But the Chargers, like you said, in action again tomorrow night at Seton LaSalle up at La Roche University at 2:30. And if you liked what you heard tonight, we'll hear the same guys tomorrow. Don Militzer and myself, OLSH, will bring you the call at 2:30. Chargers, again, win this one 55-24 over the Rochester Rams. And I'm talking to the scoreboard guy, and he said it stopped working.
Hey, he got the running clock right,
yeah.
so that's all that matters.
But yeah, back in action tomorrow. Hope you can join us up at La Roche University. If not, we'll be back on the air to bring it to you. Chargers victorious tonight, as I started saying, 55-24 over the Rams. And keeping pace with the big boys. That's what counts down the stretch. And we got another one to play with each one of those. And one of them's away and one of them's at home. So hopefully they can come away with a couple victories there and really strengthen their spot in the playoffs. So I want to thank everybody involved here. Again, Bill Sacco here at Cornell for letting us use his facilities. Coach Mack for getting this all set up for us. Dawn, thanks for coming by. I'll see you tomorrow. And, of course, Nick Militzer on the camera. Thanks, Nick. We'll see him again tomorrow as well. I'm OLSH saying thanks a lot, everybody. Stay warm. Stay safe. And we'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Good night, everybody.